What's up, guys? It's Frankie here, and this quick video is for those of you guys who are either hiring an SEO company or thinking of hiring an SEO company, and it's like what the fuck is my SEO company even doing? Like, what actually happens behind the scenes, especially if they're actually doing their job, and how can you tell? All of those kind of things. I know SEO is this big black box, especially because it's a delayed gratification. So you can hear the companies who say, like, just push it into the future and say, eventually rankings will come eventually. And then a lot of you guys have experienced that never happens. So I'm going to talk to you today about like what our job actually is as an SEO and what are the kind of core basic functions and how you can tell if they're actually being done. So one of the biggest things, biggest pieces, and probably one of the first things that your SEO company should be doing is what's known as a NAP. So I'm just going to pick a random company. Let's just do water damage restoration. We'll pick Atlanta because I don't know anybody there. We're not working with anybody in Atlanta. And let's just pick this one right here, water vapor damage restoration. Water vapor damage restoration Atlanta. So let's actually see if we can click on that as well and open this. So one of the things that Google looks for to actually make this ranking show up, by the way, is what's known as a NAP, which stands for name, address, and phone number. So in their particular case, if we go to the contact page, find their actual phone number, they're on Kennedy Court in Northwest Atlanta, Georgia, with this zip code, is Google wants to find this exact same address. They want to see this exact same phone number, and they want to see this exact same name. So they want to see, in this case, water damage. What did they call themselves? Sorry, vapor water damage restoration. So let's do a search right now and just see, and I'll show you guys what I mean, whether they're doing this correctly. Vapor water damage restoration Atlanta. Now you'll see what will happen is if we've done this right, all these other third-party sites come up: Yelp, Nextdoor, MapQuest, BirdEye. I don't even know what half of these are, but you'll see like all these directories. So let's open a few of them and I'll show you what I mean. One of the things that Google is looking for is that these other websites have the exact same identical information. So you'll see it's 2270 Kennedy Court. It's the same phone number, I believe. Let's double check that. 9632. Yep, 9632. So this tells Google, by the way, this is one of the reasons they're actually ranking, because somebody's gone through and done this. Looks like Nextdoor is just one of their like little subsidiary sites, but you can see this. And what happens is there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these little websites, like, as we mentioned, like the Yellow Pages is one of those, and all of these kind of things. What Google is looking for is that these websites contain the exact same information. So I guess vapor water damage is not showing up, but I see the Serve Pro one that was ranking. But again, what we're looking for is the same exact address. It'll probably help it along if I search for Kennedy Court. Let's just see what happens. And you'll notice, by the way, little differences. Like one of those has a period and one of those do not. As a general rule, like do not mess with the almighty Google. Like make the name address. So don't say court, COURT one time and then CT period. So for example, here they are on MapQuest, and let's see if they have the exact same information. They should. All of these little sites. So one of the things that your SEO company should be doing is manually correcting these. Now, this is a very tedious process. Like some of these sites, for example, may just like Yelp may automate or may update super quickly, but MapQuest, for example, may have little updates. There's usually a few hundred of these. We call them citation websites, but they should be updating all of your citations because this is a huge factor in determining whether or not you rank. Now, a second piece of the puzzle is that what they should be doing is content. And you'll either see this a few places. They may be putting out press releases on your behalf. They may be updating content here on this in terms of like pictures and images and stuff like that. They may be as well updating content like on an actual blog that you have on your website. And then as well, they may be actually publishing content on third-party websites and linking back to your website that are never like self-hosted. Sorry, I got some bug bites down here. It's just scratching. So you should find evidence. And that's actually probably the biggest job as an SEO ongoing, is that you're continually having to create content for this new business. Because if you think about Google as a question and answer machine, right? Like we just typed in a question. Water Vapor Damage Restoration Atlanta. And what we find is they give us an answer. Like, these are the answers that we suggest as part of this. The people who win Google the most have the most and best answers, right? So we want to have the most and best answers, and the way we do that is by putting out content. So there should be evidence that behind the scenes that like content is getting published for you. Now, this is probably one that SEOs make sound like a bigger deal, but you actually, the on page, and probably it's less on page and more like on Google My Business, because this tends to matter if you've got a local physical location. So we're looking at this one. So this is optimized by how full the page is, by the images that are there, by the site, by the nature of the content being posted, how the reviews themselves are considered updates from Google as well. 2 1-star reviews, by the way, a month ago. They should probably fix that, because those are the first things showing. But anyways, like, these are actual like content that Google reads and so if you're dealing with like a good SEO company, they actually should come with some of their own reviews and the ability to respond and to drip feed those responses over time, because Google likes to see pages and sites that are continuously updated, not just like one time. So what you should be seeing is that your SEO company is making continuous updates on your behalf, and we're just giving the big old question and answer machine what they want. And then, as I mentioned, the Google My Business posting. Now, these are the biggest pieces. Obviously, there's more to it than that. There's, the reporting and the communication and how you guys understand. And what you should see more than anything, even though we love to say it's a marathon, not a sprint, you should see progress. Even month 1, you should see that you're progressing towards the goal continuously. It should not be just like this random, because the thing about SEO, it's kind of a zero or hero, meaning like when you're in the top 3 spots, you get a shit ton of phone calls. And when you're number 18, you get nobody calling you. But having said that, you should see like, hey, we're 18 this month, we're 15 the next, we're 12, now we're 10, now we're number 6, now we're number 4. Like, you should see continuous progress towards that goal. And that's the biggest thing that you should actually look for, is that it's continuously moving in the right direction. Does that mean it'll be a straight line and there won't be a little bumps along the way? Of course not. This is the real world. But for the most part, like, your SEO company, if they have any idea what they're doing, you should see movement in the first 30, 60 days. Like, it shouldn't be this great mystery where you're just hanging on for dear life waiting, right? If you're 10, you should be 7 next month, or 8 or something, right? Like, you should see some progress in the right direction. So I hope this helps you guys, because I wanted to show you guys just kind of what goes on behind the scenes, because I know it's a big black box and a mystery of what they're actually doing. But it's really not that complicated. Is Google's a big question and answer machine. So we're giving it the best and most questions and the most consistent information about your business. By the way, if you guys are interested in checking out our services, as this is something we offer, you can go to getfloodjobs.com and make sure to hit the old subscribe button.